Some basic aspects of knowledge. Understanding the impediments to sharing and use of knowledge is important for the future of our society. Knowledge processing exhibits a proliferation of homonyms and other ambiguities. An expanding industry of glossaries is devoted to disciplines such as mechatronics and informing sciences. But are there some sciences that are not informing? Principal concepts needed to define a knowledge are discussed within ontology, epistemology, philosophy, informatics, and so on. Ideally, a consensus regarding concepts of definition, knowledge, and logistic is expected to emerge on the grounds of such broad treatment. Yet, no such consensus exists in academe or beyond. Indeed, further inconsistent terms include technology, metal, vector. Developments such as iPod, nanotubes, webcast have overtaken state-of-the-art theories even within their home disciplines, triggering fireworks of neologisms such as snippet, synset. New forms are composed such as knowledge bank or data mining, and new meaning allocated to port or pipeline. Information technology provides information searching, decoding, knowledge discovery. This opens shiny opportunities for endless permutations of IT service abilities. We argue that solution is to address causes rather than indulge in multiplying superficial remedies. Tolerance of conceptual misalignments and unruly nomenclatures increase information entropy and decrease intellectual synergy. Development of information processing significantly improves knowledge management, yet an information which can be stored and retrieved by speed of light also amplifies impediments such as prolixity, ambiguity, and jargon. The root causes for those impediments include knowledge gaps, conflict of intentions, difference in beliefs. A growing evidence points at susceptibility of perceptions to background concepts, ambiguous interpretations of preceding concepts, cause mismatches in subsequently derived definitions. This problem can be ascribed to insufficient communication between branches of science. Constructions of scientific knowledge can be seen as a struggle over who should define the terms and conditions of legitimate fields of research. Solving real-life problems requires combining knowledge from several disciplines. A reality in which scientists label knowledge by following inconsistent taxonomies is not helpful. Some authors posit that knowledge cannot be stored in computers. It can only be stored in the human brain. This statement spurs questions about definition of knowledge. Many believe that a growing stock of verified knowledge is stored in and can be processed by computerized systems. Knowledge assets are sorted in libraries. The above symptoms indicated that basic concepts of knowledge must be reviewed. Knowledge is a construct formed by linking a spectrum of intellectual components, the simplest being information. Levels expanding between information layer and the highest strata of knowledge include assumption, definition, theory, and discipline. Discipline is a subset of knowledge constructed by combining theories and hypotheses. It is useful to clarify differences between a definition and thought. Thought is whatever can cross humans' mind. Without thoughts, conscious would be unconscious. By a deliberate process termed noesis, a person arrives in her or his mind to noema, which is a special node of relative knowledge. Noema can only exist in human brain and cannot be stored in computers. Knowledge can. Knowledge survives by being shared with others and continues to exist over a significant time span. Theory is composed of definitions. A definition is a posited set of relations that significantly increase probability of unintended, premeditated actualization. Such realization is to be achieved by an organized system. A definition cannot be created without the existence of manned system, but once recorded it becomes independent. Although our ambient is in a state of perpetual motion, a definition can be generated not to imply that the defined phenomenon is at standstill, but to create a specific unchanging metric. When conceived by a relevant system, a definition becomes autonomous from its own representation. Definition can be distinguished from any substance of which its record is made. Therefore, an identical definition can be replicated endlessly. It is infinitely shareable. Definition is composed of informations which can be visualized as intellectual photographs of observed phenomena. Many hypotheses and theories have been abandoned over the history of sciences. Evolution of knowledge would be impossible without having established an incremental evidence. Concepts posited with fixed definitions that serve as signposts for further development. Significance of above discussion is in defining knowledge in terms of its application and sharing. Teams perform differently depending on how their members share knowledge. Achieving a common goal requires sharing perceptions, intentions, and beliefs. An academic institution which rejects collaboration with peer institutions in order to protect its market can instead experience a loss of market opportunity due to the reduced versatility of academic services. An industrial system can suffer losses due to the lack of dialogue between expert teams, each protecting their territory of knowledge. Protection of intellectual property can result in loss of the expertise. Many industrial systems employ quite aged experts because they are the only sources of relevant knowledge. Technology can be forgotten. Teamwork is strongly promoted. In practice, achieved synergy is below desired levels. A common approach is to train people for leadership skills, cultural tolerance, but the solution is in addressing the underlying beliefs and resulting intentions. One of the most detrimental impedances to team efficiency is a belief that knowledge is a confidential property. This isolation blocks exposure and verification of important concepts, theories, and hypotheses. A belief that our fate does not depend on the outcome of a competition with other teams as much as it will be affected by the outcome of competition with the global ambient, such as global climate change, will trigger powerful motives and dramatically change our intentions. The overall efficiency, growth, and verifiability of knowledge increase with sheer quantity of informed participants. A belief that sharing of knowledge incubates new ideas and speeds up the testing procedures leads to better utilization of resources. An example of this can be found in a rapid increase of collaborative platforms such as Wikipedia. A constructive competition is most effectively achieved by cross-disciplinary sharing of knowledge and publishing new knowledge or new evidence of existing knowledge. Academic and industrial leaders promote open sources via Internet. Open sources are catalysts for breaking through knowledge barriers. Model of open source can be efficiently scaled within the structure of any institution. Barriers such as information divergence, intent disparity, knowledge imbalance, and conflict of beliefs can be mitigated by means of proactive use of artificial intelligence aids, computers, internet, and other software. Information systems are omnipresent in all human endeavors, and today human-computer interaction lies on the crossroad of many disciplines. New Age leaders reflect informed beliefs and constructive intentions, thus increasing the probability of growth, sharing, and application of knowledge. In conclusions, in this age of knowledge, both communication speed and misinformation waste multiply at critical rates. Defining basic scientific concepts demands gathering together appropriate institutions. Missions of academia include sustaining knowledge shareability and applicability. Successful application of knowledge is equal to its validation. Perspective of interaction between computers and manned systems and the rise of open networks uncover new gates. However, actual purpose of knowledge treasures should not be lost out of the sight. More attention to disaccord in beliefs and intentions is needed to take better advantage of available knowledge. Sustainability of life forms is proportional to efficiency of knowledge sharing, and it is encouraging to realize that knowledge is infinitely shareable. Thank you.